So now I'm working on problem number 11. Problem number 11 is a multiple choice question, but it's a really tricky one. So when you take a look at problem number 11, it gives you equation number 1, and it says 3/10 plus 1500 equals 1800. Equation number 2 says 4/10 plus 3200 equals 7200. Equation 3, 7/10 plus 2/100 equals 2700. Equation 4, 6/10 plus 2700 equals 8700. And they're asking which equation or equations are true. So there could be more than one equation that is true. So you have to be careful because multiple choice questions can be very tricky. So this one, we are going to need to figure out which ones are true by actually doing the math. So even though it's a multiplication problem, it is going to take a little bit of work. So when I look at this equation, equation number 1, I need to decide, is equation number 1 true or not? So when I look and I look at 3/10 plus 1500, I can see 1800 as my answer. In my head, I'm thinking, I think that this is wrong because I don't think they found their common denominator. If I didn't see that, I can say 3/10 plus 1500. I need to find a common denominator. I know that 10 times 10 will give me 100, so that is going to be my common denominator. I multiply this by 10, and I get 30/100 plus 1500 is going to equal 4500. So again, some people may have reasoned that they just added the numerators and you can't because you do not have a common denominator. So equation 1 is not true. Okay? And I can look, and that means that my answer choice is not A. Now I'm going to look and I'm going to think about equation number 2. Now when I look at equation number 2, I notice that they didn't just add the numerators. So that's good. I now need to think about 4/10 plus 3200. So when I think about 4/10 and 3200, I know that my common denominator is going to be 100. So I can say 10 times 10 gives me 100. So I have to multiply my numerator 4. I get 40/100 plus the 3200. And I find out that my answer is 7200. So equation number 2 is true. So I know that equation number 2 is true. That's telling me right now that I do not, answer choice C is not a correct answer. And guess what? It also helps me out because this one was the only other one that was talking about equation 3, and I already know that that's not true. Because I know that C is not my answer, it does not include equation number 2, so I can cross off equation number 3. I don't have to test it. I do have to test equation number 4 because I need to decide, is my answer choice B or is my answer choice D? So let's look at equation number 4. I have 6/10 plus 2700. I know that I need to find a common denominator, which I already know is 100. So I have to multiply my numerator 6 by 10. And I still need to add 2700. And I get 8700. And look, that's what the answer that I wanted. So I now know that my answer choice, the correct answer is D. Now, I could have solved this using decimals. Could I have said 6/10 plus 2700 and just added the digits in my tens place to get that 8700? Yeah, I could. So sometimes, even though they're giving you fractions, you might find that using decimals might be easier. You have to be careful because when they're showing you an extended response and you have to write your work, chances are if they give you fractions, they want you to have fractions as your answer. Not always, but most times.